I've been with my girlfriend for 3 years. We've had nothing but good times. But there's something I did in the beginning of our relationship that's haunting me. 2 months before I met her, a girl got hired at my work. We exchanged social media. We texted on and off for over a year while I was with my girlfriend. The most that was ever said was, "You're cute." I eventually blocked her in April 2023. But now, after a recent argument made me realize how much I love my girlfriend and how devastating losing her would be, I can't stop thinking about that coworker. Should I confess what happened, or should I take it to my grave and just be grateful I ended it before it became something worse? I'm 21 years old, and I genuinely don't know what the right thing to do is. This is my story, and I need your help deciding.
Let me give you the full context so you can help me make this decision. I'm 21, my girlfriend is 20. We've been dating for what we consider 3 years. Our anniversary is based on the day we first texted each other on Instagram, not the day we made it official, not the day we first kissed, not the day we first said I love you, the day we first messaged each other. Because honestly, we never really had an official moment where one of us asked the other out. We just kind of started being lovey-dovey one day a few weeks after meeting. It just happened naturally, so we count from that first text message. Those 3 years have been good, really good. Nothing but good times, never any dull moments. Sure, we've had a few arguments here and there, but that's normal in any relationship, right? Small disagreements that get resolved quickly. Nothing serious, nothing that ever made me question us.
Until recently, we had a bigger argument, bigger than usual, and this time we didn't talk for a while. I honestly thought it was over, like genuinely thought we were done. That silence between us felt permanent, final. And during those few days of not talking, I was forced to sit with the possibility of losing her, really losing her, not just having a fight and making up, but actually losing this relationship permanently. And that's when it hit me, how much of a part of my life she is, how losing her would be losing a big part of me. She's woven into everything, my daily routine, my future plans, my sense of who I am. Without her, I'd be a different person, a lesser version of myself. Those few days of silence showed me how empty my life would be without her in it.
We ended up resolving things, thank God. We talked it through, we're good now, better than good. But that whole experience, that brief moment of thinking I'd lost her, it reminded me of something. Something I did in the beginning of our relationship, something I really regret, something I've been carrying around like a secret weight for over a year now. Here's what happened. I met my current girlfriend in March of 2022 through social media. But 2 months before that, in January 2022, a girl got hired onto my work. Me and her got along pretty well right away. We had good chemistry at work, easy conversation. We exchanged social media accounts, and we started texting.
Now, here's the part I regret. Long story short, we continued to text on and off until April 2023. Let me be clear about the timeline here. I met my girlfriend in March 2022. I started texting with the coworker in January 2022, before I met her. But I kept texting the coworker after I was already with my girlfriend, for over a year, while I was in a relationship. We never hung out outside of work, never went on a date, never did anything physical. There was only this one time when she surprised me during my break at work. She just came to where I was on break, talked to me for like 10 minutes, and left. That was it. That was the extent of our in-person interaction outside of normal work stuff.
The texts weren't explicit. We weren't sexting. We weren't making plans to cheat. The most that was ever said over text was, "You're cute." That's it. You're cute. But still, I was in a relationship, and I was texting another girl, a girl who clearly had some interest in me, a girl I was giving attention to, while I should have been focused entirely on my girlfriend. Towards the end, around early 2023, I did start to get dry in my responses to the coworker. I wasn't as engaged. I wasn't initiating conversations as much, but I still responded. I didn't cut it off. I kept that line of communication open, even though I wasn't really invested. And honestly, looking back, I feel like I was kind of leading her on, which I know is not good. That's not fair to her either. I was stringing her along with occasional responses, even though I had no real intention of anything happening.
The thing is, it definitely was nothing serious to me, I was never conflicted about who I wanted to be with. I never considered leaving my girlfriend for this coworker. I was never emotionally torn between them. My girlfriend was always my priority. I was fully invested in her. The coworker was just this side thing that I entertained because I guess I liked the attention, or I was being immature, or I didn't realize how disrespectful it was to my relationship. Probably all of the above. I eventually blocked the coworker in April 2023, over a year after we started texting, over a year into my relationship with my girlfriend. I blocked her social media, cut off all communication, ended whatever that was, and I haven't spoken to her since. She doesn't work with me anymore either. She's completely out of my life now.
But here's my dilemma. Now that I've had this recent argument with my girlfriend, now that I've realized how devastating it would be to lose her, now that I'm seeing our relationship with its due clarity and appreciation, I can't stop thinking about what I did. This past emotional affair, if you want to call it that. This thing I did during our first year together that I've been keeping secret for over a year and a half now. Do I tell my girlfriend about it? Do I confess what happened? Do I come clean and risk everything? Or do I just forget about it and move on, realizing that I made a dumb mistake that I can't make again? Do I take this to my grave and just be better moving forward?
I truly do regret being as immature and disrespectful as I was. I wish I could go back and never exchange social media with that coworker, or at least cut it off immediately when I met my girlfriend. I wish I'd handled it differently. I know what I did was wrong. I'm not trying to justify it or minimize it. I know I was in the wrong. But here's what's making this decision complicated. Telling her could destroy what we have. She might not forgive me. She might not be able to trust me again. She might see this as cheating, even though nothing physical happened. She might decide she doesn't want to be with someone who did this. And I would lose her. The person who's become such a fundamental part of my life. The person I just realized I can't imagine living without.
But keeping it a secret feels like I'm lying by omission. It feels like I'm building our relationship on a foundation that has this crack in it, this hidden thing that could come out someday. And if she ever found out from someone else, or if the coworker ever reached out to her, or if it came up somehow, that would be so much worse than me telling her now. Keeping it secret could just be a ticking time bomb waiting to explode and destroy everything anyway. Part of me thinks that what she doesn't know can't hurt her, that confessing would only be about making myself feel better by clearing my conscience, not about actually doing what's best for her. That telling her would just transfer my guilt onto her and make her feel hurt and betrayed over something that's already over and done with, something that can never hurt her if she never knows about it.
But another part of me thinks that real relationships are built on honesty, that she deserves to know the full truth about who she's with and what happened. That keeping this secret means I'm not giving her all the information she needs to make an informed decision about our relationship. That she has a right to decide for herself whether this is something she can forgive or not. I don't know which part is right. I don't know what the ethical thing to do is. I don't know what will cause less harm. Telling her and potentially destroying us, or keeping it secret and living with this guilt forever. Here's what I do know. I love her. I'm committed to her now. I would never do something like this again. That phase of my life where I thought it was okay to text another girl while in a relationship is over. I've grown up. I understand boundaries better now. I understand respect better now. I understand what it means to truly commit to someone. If I could go back, I would do things completely differently. But I can't go back. I can only decide what to do now, and I'm genuinely torn. Some days I think I should tell her, get it off my chest, give her the truth, let her decide what to do with that information. Start fresh with complete honesty between us. Other days I think I should keep it to myself, protect her from unnecessary pain, protect what we've built, move forward as a better person who learned from his mistake, make sure I never give her a reason to doubt me again. Show her through my actions, not my confessions, that I'm fully committed to her.
I need outside perspectives on this. I need people who aren't me, who aren't biased by my desire to keep my relationship intact, to tell me what the right thing to do is. So I'm asking you, seriously, what would you do if you were me? What would you want if you were my girlfriend? If you were in my shoes, would you confess? Would you sit her down and say, I need to tell you something I did early in our relationship that I've been keeping from you? Would you risk everything for honesty? Or would you decide that some things are better left in the past, especially when they're already resolved and will never happen again? And if you were her, would you want to know? Even if it would hurt? Even if it might change how you see your partner? Even if it might make you question everything? Or would you rather not know about something that happened in the past, is completely over, and will never affect you again?
I keep going back and forth. One minute I'm convinced I need to tell her. The next minute I'm convinced that telling her would be selfish, that it would only make me feel better at her expense, that I should just carry this guilt myself as punishment for what I did and never burden her with it. What's the right answer here? Is there even a right answer? Or is this just one of those impossible situations where either choice has serious downsides and I just have to pick which consequence I can live with? I truly regret what I did. I wish I could undo it. I wish I'd been smarter and more mature from the beginning. But I can't change the past. I can only decide how to handle it now. And I genuinely don't know what to do.
So please, drop a comment and tell me what you think. Should I confess what happened? Should I tell my girlfriend about the texting with my coworker during our first year? Or should I keep it to myself and just be grateful I ended it when I did and commit to never doing anything like it again? If this story resonated with you, or if you've been in the similar situation, either as the person who made the mistake or as the person who found out, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Share your experience in the comments. Tell me how it turned out. Did confessing help or hurt? Did keeping it secret work out, or did it eventually blow up? I need to hear from people who've actually been through this.
We share real stories like this every week. Stories about guilt, confession dilemmas, past mistakes, and trying to figure out how to do the right thing when there's no clear right answer. If you want to see more content like this, visit our channel and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.